Good morning. Today is Friday, May 30th, and this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. I don't know about you, but for me, this has been a pretty long, short week. Luckily, we've got some pretty good weather coming to enjoy. There's still a slight chance for thunderstorms late this weekend, but we can expect clear, sunny skies today and tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures could climb up into the low 90s, though, so be sure to stay protected as you head to all those graduation parties this weekend. Some of the best young pianists in the world are competing in the Piano Olympics in Fort Worth, but aside from contestants in the Clyburn competition, who still buys a piano for their home? In a moment, we'll look at how the role of the piano is changing in American life. But first, let's get into the news. Dallas City Council members have decided a new cement batch plant should not be located next to a soccer park. 10 council members voted yesterday to approve the application to build a plant near MoneyGram Soccer Park, but it wasn't enough to override the City Plan Commission's earlier denial. Daniel Hunt is president of FC Dallas, which co-manages the soccer park with the city. He spoke against the project, saying there should be concern for the young people who mostly use the park. The area around the park is zoned industrial, and there are existing batch plants nearby. A group of civil liberties organizations say they'll sue Texas if Governor Greg Abbott signs a bill requiring the Ten Commandments to be posted in every public school classroom. The groups are already suing Louisiana over its Ten Commandments law. Chloe Kempf is an attorney with the ACLU of Texas and says the two cases are very similar. SB 10 requires the King James Version of the Ten Commandments to be posted, which she says is unconstitutional. That translation varies significantly from Catholic and Jewish Bibles. Some of the best young pianists in the world started the semifinal round of the Van Cliburn International Piano Competition this week. But what does the piano mean to the rest of us? KERA arts reporter Marquita Fornoff looks at how the instrument's role in American life and American homes is changing.
Van Cliburn, Chopin Ballade No. 3 in 1959.
John Suter is showing off the Steinway Spirio grand piano in his Fort Worth home. It's a souped-up acoustic player piano.
There's a computer built into the board, and it's connected to the Steinway server in New York. So I have access to what anything Steinway has. Live concerts come through my TV and come out. I watch it, and it comes through here.
The intellectual property lawyer is one of a dwindling number of Americans buying new pianos. The acoustic piano was once a fixture in middle-class homes. More than half the pianos in the world were made in the United States. But that was back in 1896. Domestic piano sales peaked in 1909, but they stayed strong for decades.
Most people around the 50s, 60s, having a piano in the home was super common. Everybody did it. It was like a primary source of entertainment.
That's Hannah Beckett. She's a piano technician and editor and publisher of Piano Buyer Press.
Around the 70s and 80s, that started to change.
Radio and TV, rock and roll and electronic keyboards all chipped away at the piano's foothold. Last year, fewer than 18,000 acoustic pianos were sold in the U.S. Digital pianos are more popular. 188,000 were sold here last year. So who's in the market for acoustic pianos? Professional musicians, concert halls, and music schools. Carol Leone is chair of piano studies at Southern Methodist University. She says Americans are still studying piano, but there are fewer of them, and there's more interest from Asia.
It's been traditionally strong in Eastern Europe and Russia, and it continues to be. But I think that in Asia, it's culturally very important. Musical achievement is important, and therefore music education is important.
And of course, families still buy pianos. And often, when kids' interests shift to other instruments or sports, they sell them. Eleonora Grachowska lives in Frisco.
I purchased this piano probably 10 years ago because my daughter, she wanted to learn how to play the piano. And when we reached out to a piano teacher, she said that she would not accept us as students if we only have keyboard.
Grahovska listed her Yamaha Baby Grand for $10,000 on Facebook Marketplace.
This piano was since then the most expensive piece of furniture in my house. And now, since she moved to college, I decided I was going to sell it, which would help me, pay some of her tuition.
It's hard to track exactly how many instruments are changing hands via online sales, but these exchanges keep Diane Bolton busy. She and her husband Gordon own Piano Movers of Texas. The company moves about 1,600 pianos a year. Most are family heirlooms. Clients might be downsizing their home, upgrading their instrument, or storing it temporarily. Whatever the reason, moving a piano can be emotional.
Pianos are more than instruments, they're family members and they're memories.
Suter agrees. Yes, he bought that fancy new Spirio, but he also kept the 1922 Steinway that he and his siblings took lessons on as kids. For KERA News, I'm Marquita Fornoff.
The Stars sadly lost Game 5 last night 6-3, and with it their hopes for a Stanley Cup, as they fell to the Oilers 4-1. This marks the third straight Western Conference Finals loss for Dallas, the first team to accomplish that unfortunate feat since 1975. And tomorrow the Dallas Wings play their second game against the Chicago Sky. They lost last night's game 92-97. The team will also see $5.5 million more go toward construction of their new practice facility. Some Dallas City Council members were skeptical, as a site for the facility has yet to be finalized. And it's not too late to grab your ticket for the Choctaw Cover-to-Cover Music Festival this weekend. Enjoy a variety of tribute music from Taylor Swift to Fleetwood Mac. Find more information and some other fun things to do on our Go See DFW calendar at kera.org/calendar. Thanks so much for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. This show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For some more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter and get some good morning vibes from our colleague, Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Sending a huge congratulations to the class of 2025. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.